Good evening. Here's the plan B.
This is Plan B. Let's.
Yeah,
Keith, it's good to see you, and happy 16. Wow,
yeah,
that's fantastic. Happy 16.
yeah,
That's a fantastic milestone.
yeah.
So good, good. It's a long time, and so you've been. So when you started when you started, you first started out just watching and in chats, right? In different. What did you
Right.
watch? Uh, what kinds of? Oh, thanks. What kind did you?
Hey, Brandy.
How are you, Brandy? What kind of shows did you watch?
Um, Pretty much, mostly Disney. Um, I think one of the first ones I watched was Resort TV One and Mouse
Oh yeah.
Talk and Dole Whip Dad. And then I
Hmm.
came over to yours.
Well, and that's a lot of us started out watching Resort TV One, and that's kind of how we found each other, how we found everybody.
Right.
Disney up, boiler up. Hey,
Yeah.
good to see you. But that's a long time. Keith, how many years have you actually been doing live streams for yourself? How many years
Oh,
have you been doing
probably
that?
about maybe about a few years now,
Mm-hmm.
since the
Mm-hmm.
COVID,
Yes. Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
Disney category.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
originally started out with arts, crafts, and more, but then
I remember that. I remember
and
that.
then I was starting going into like parks like Disney, Universal, Parks and Rec parks, and
Mm-hmm.
even taking people to the trip to the Royals.
Right. Right. And you've done that several times.
Yeah,
Driven to Royals games and what
yeah.
have you. I
A friend
remember
of mine,
Arts, Crafts, and More.
yeah,
I remember that. And
yeah. The friend of mine that takes me to the Royals game.
hey, Noah.
Hey Noah, the friend of mine who takes me to the Royals game that I go with to. Um, I first met him when he was a director of the youth department at the Topeka YMCA downtown,
Oh, really? Interesting.
and he
Yeah.
started out first at Washburn University. He played
Mhm.
center field on the baseball team, and then after that, he went to the Single A farm team for the Seattle Mariners.
Oh, he must have been pretty good then.
Yeah, but it was a knee injury that kept him from making it to the majors.
Oh, that's a bummer. Yeah, that's golly. Yeah, that's a tough thing to do. Making it all the way uh, to professional level in any sport
But
is
after that,
pretty cool accomplishment.
He started working in the YMCA, and
Hmm.
he worked there for 30 some years, and
Wow.
he went to different
Yeah.
Ys across the country,
Hmm.
and and then he
Yeah.
retired as the president and CEO of the Topeka YMCA.
Oh my. Well, good for him. That's great. That's a very worthy organization. Yeah. So, how many days until your next Disney trip?
Okay, let me bring that
Do
back
your
up again.
countdowns.
Okay, 772 days until my Orlando trip.
Hmm.
149 days until my 63rd. 2,599 days until the 2032 Orlando trip. 879
Hmm.
days until my 65th. 2,706 days until my 70th.
Wow, good for yeah. Those are some good countdowns. You have more countdowns than I do, Keith.
Yeah.
That's good though.
I had to read it off my Stream Deck.
Well, things like that, we plan these trips, and they seem like, it's going to take forever to get there. This past trip, I did a countdown for a long time, my trip in December, and all of a sudden it's time to go. The time passes so quickly. So the countdowns are fun.
And let's see. The flux capacitor is fluxing.
Yeah.
And I've got the time circuits turned on.
Oh, the
And
time
here's
circuits
my
are
little
on?
matchbox size DeLorean that
That is so cool.
I put together like Legos.
That is so cool. Well, that flux capacitor, that really looks like the real thing, Keith.
Yeah, I put it together because if you see it, there's a USB-A plug with the wires. You probably
Right.
can't see the wires, but the wire's so thin.
Uh-huh.
And you just plug it into like a power, like a phone charger or anything that's got a USB-A port, even like a laptop computer.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Let me do
great.
this. I want to unplug my Stream Deck
Okay.
quickly, and then plug this in.
Now that flux capacitor is pretty cool. Oh, fun. Yeah. Wow. It looks like the real thing.
Yeah. I came up with the exact amount of parts in that kit.
That's always good. Just kind of worry when you have extra parts.
Yeah.
That's neat. You're a big fan of Back to the Future, the
Right.
movies.
And then right here up on the counter is a time circuit display. The top one shows where you're going. The center one shows where you're at, and the bottom one shows where you've been.
Yeah. Yeah, and I love that. That looks like it's probably actual size.
Well, it's not the actual size. The actual size of the real one is bigger than that. This is just a lamp. And
right. Looks like it must be pretty close to.
The top one says November. The destination time says November 5th, 1955, 1:21 a.m. But it's supposed to be November 5th, 1955, 6:35 in the morning. And then the center one says October 26, 1985, 1:22 in the morning. When it's supposed to be October 26, 1985, 1:24 in the morning, off by 2 minutes. And then the bottom one says November 5th, 1955, 10:04 p.m. And it's supposed to read November 12th, 1955, 10:04 p.m. Off by 1 week. And that November 12th is the date of the Hill Valley lightning storm.
Right.
Yeah. The lightning hit the clock tower at 10:04 in the evening.
Yeah, those movies were so fun. They're still classics. It's hard to. Oh, hey, Timothy.
Hey, Timothy.
It's hard to, like, if you're flipping through channels on the TV and you pass one. I always stop and watch it. They're really good. They're still great movies, and all of them good. Sometimes the sometimes the sequels are not nearly as good as the original movie. And I liked all of the sequels. I really did. I thought they did a good job with them. I wish they had done more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they decided 3 was enough. There's a show on Prime, on Amazon Prime. It's called Back in Time. In there, it has Steven Spielberg, who is the producer of the film. It also had Robert Zemeckis and Bob
Uh-huh.
Gale, and it also had Michael J. Fox, Leah
Oh.
Thompson.
Uh-huh.
Um, see, Claudia Wells. It also had the guy that played Marvin Berry in the,
Mm-hmm.
and also had the guy that played Goldie Wilson.
That's cool. I'll have to look that up. I made a note of it.
And it also had
Like a
Christopher
documentary.
Lloyd in there
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Huey Lewis.
Wow. Wow. The great Christopher Lloyd. Yeah. I'll have
Yeah,
to look that up. You said Back in Time and it's on Prime. So
right.
I made a note of it.
It's
I'll watch it.
included in the Prime
Mhm.
membership.
Yeah. Well, I will definitely check that out because the Back to the Future movies are just a ton of fun. Like I said, it's just you pass by one as you're flipping channels, and you can't go past it without watching the rest of it, or at least watching a few minutes of it. I love them.
Yeah.
So, great Michael J. Fox fan, and of course Christopher Lloyd. Golly, his list of appearances in movies and TV shows is just
He played
been in
as
so much.
Reverend Jim in Taxi on TV.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that's on
He just,
ABC. That was on ABC.
yeah, he's just been in so many movies. He was even in,
Yeah,
um,
I think after the Back to the Future trilogy, Michael J. Fox, well, at least after one of them, Michael J. Fox was in Teen Wolf.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
then Teen Wolf 2, I think that I can't remember who it is, whether it was Jason Bateman or.
I don't remember either. And I don't know if I ever saw, I saw Teen Wolf, but I don't know if I ever saw the other one. Yeah. Yes. Are those Christmas? Is that a Christmas present, Keith?
Yeah, from my
Yeah.
stepbrother.
How fun. How fun. The cast members used to put those on and wave to you as you exited the park. And I just loved them. They used to sell them in the parks, but
Yeah.
they're really cool. Yeah,
Now
those
I
are
need to
great.
get me a Mickey Mouse ear hat with BDF embroidered on it.
That would be cool. That would be cool. Yeah, I've got your T-shirt on. You'd have a whole set. You'd have a whole set.
That's the 50th anniversary of Walt Disney World.
Mm-hmm.
I gave my sister for Christmas a Mickey and Minnie Mouse plush together in the outfit to celebrate Walt Disney Company's 100th.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They celebrated the 50th, and then the company celebrated their 100th, right together.
Last year, yeah.
Those celebrations, yeah. So
wait a minute, yeah, it was in 2023 they celebrated the 100th.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And then
they went right into that. It's kind of neat though, because the 50th was kind of coming to an end, and we're like, oh well, we kind of hated to see.
And this year it's going to be the 70th of Disneyland.
Yeah,
Disneyland 70th this year.
Yeah, yeah, that's pretty cool. It's 2025. So
and then in 2028, Mickey and Minnie turns 100. They still look good for their age.
Yeah, yeah, they sure do. Yeah, some really, really amazing milestones coming up. The fact that the Disney company turned 100 years old is really pretty amazing. Yeah. Yeah. 70th anniversary for Disneyland this year. Kind of had hadn't made any concrete plans, but we had plans to go to Disneyland this year. I don't know if that'll be possible with all the fires. I think everybody's so, just sending thoughts and prayers for the people affected by those fires. Is just unbelievable. California is such a gorgeous state. So we'll have to see what happens with that. But yeah, they're celebrating their 70th year.
I forgot to turn my light on.
There you go. There you go. Now I can see you.
I got one of those phone lights that
yeah.
you put the phone in.
Yeah. Did you wonder why you're so dark there, Keith? But I couldn't see you.
And you can see behind me to my left is a painting that I did in a Joya painting class here in Topeka.
Oh, fun.
But let me grab a painting off my wall and show you the one that I did in Steve Ross' class here in Topeka. He was a special guest instructor.
Oh, nice. See what you did. Oh, my. I'm very impressed.
And then on the back, he autographed, says, Keith, you're a true friend and a super artist. Your buddy, Steve Ross.
How sweet. Wow, that's great.
It's worth a lot to me.
I'm sure. Wow. But it looks nice on your wall. That's neat.
My mom wants me to get them framed.
Yeah, you should. You really should. Definitely.
Yeah.
You should have it framed.
The one that's on that wall behind me, I got in trouble for coming up with a perfect paneling background.
Now what?
I got in trouble for coming up with a perfect paneling color.
Paneling
behind the mountains.
Oh, I see. Oh, that one's nice too. Yeah. Well, that painting is artwork and pieces like that really kind of make our house feel like a home. Those we put up those special pieces to us, and family pictures, and things that we love. It turns a house into a home. It really does. Makes it ours. Makes it our space.
Yeah.
So that's neat. Looks very nice.
Yeah. Yeah. I've got an M&M cookie jar. It's a blue.
Oh, I see it. Yeah, it's blue.
Yeah.
I see that.
And then there's a poster of Janet Jackson up on the shelf.
I can see
it
that.
Says Janet in concert from Hawaii, Sunday, February 17th, HBO at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, p.m. Pacific Time. And see, I think I can. Copyright 2002. That was a long time ago.
Oh yeah, that was a little.
Before I ever got onto YouTube, I used to a long time ago. I used to go to International Miss Janet chat room, and I got to chat with Janet Jackson herself.
That's amazing. And how did you become a Janet Jackson fan, Keith?
Oh, I liked her in Good Times.
Yeah.
And I also liked her song Escapade, Black Cat, Rhythm Nation.
Yeah. Yeah, she did quite a bit.
Yeah.
She did quite a
bit.
And
then I also like Paula Abdul. I like Paula Abdul. I'm only 9 days older than Paula Abdul.
Oh, that's interesting, Keith.
And
Yeah.
then Michael J. Fox, he's going to turn 64 the day before I turn 63.
Ah,
He's just
yeah.
1 year, 1 day older than me, but he's only 5'4" and I'm 5'9".
Hmm. Yeah, I know Michael J. Fox is short. Yeah, when he played on Family Ties, you could tell that he was short. He's such a great actor. Though he's really, he even as he's gotten older, he still kind of looks like a kid. He just even as he got older, he
There
has
was
that
an
kid look to
interview
him.
that he mentioned that in Back to the Future 3, especially the Western scene, there was he was running out and he came to like a sudden stop, like his legs quit working, and that was kind of like when days from that they discover it was an onset of Parkinson's.
Yeah. Yeah. He's been an amazing advocate for people who have Parkinson's disease for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Team Fox is what it's a Michael J. Fox um, I can't remember what they call it. Michael J. Fox research for Parkinson's.
Hmm. Yeah. 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 Well, he's certainly is an amazing actor, and I know he's done a lot of good for people with Parkinson's. We hate that he has the disease.
Yeah, and
Hate that for anybody.
yeah, we I think in Kansas City, especially around Bonner Springs, they're supposed to build um, a theme park. It's let me ask Alexa.
Really?
Alexa,
Wow.
what's the name of the theme park that's going to be built in Kansas City, Kansas?
I found a few options in Kansas City. There's Lightcore, Macabre Cinema Haunted Attraction, Sea Dragon, and Planet Snoopy.
Well, Alexa's not helpful. Let me put on
She's
Google.
not helpful tonight, is she?
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
We've got one. We've got a new Universal Park that's being built in Texas, which is going to be it's really exciting. They've already broken ground on it, and it's going to be more geared to initially the first piece of it is going to be more geared to children. So we're really interested, to see what they do with that. It's going to be.
Oh, it's here it is. The new theme park being built in the Kansas City area is called Mattel Adventure Park, Kansas City.
Nice.
The 180-acre park will be located at the intersection of 118th Street and State Avenue, west of the Kansas Speedway.
Now, I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. Yeah. That's neat. Mattel.
Mattel, yeah. The ones that makes Hot Wheels. They're going to have a Hot Wheels roller coaster.
All kinds of kids' toys. Wow. That would be fun. Yeah. That'd really be fun. Yeah. And for all the Mattel, we grew up with so many great Mattel toys.
They're going to even have a Barbie place too.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure. That should be tons of fun, Keith. I have to make plans to do that. Yeah.
Yeah. And Kansas City, Missouri is doing a research on a commuter train thing. Mm-hmm. It would go as far east from Kansas City as Independence, Missouri, and as far west as Topeka, Kansas. And then
Mhm.
it would include stops at Truman Sports Complex, downtown
Mhm.
Kansas City, KCI Airport, and
Mhm.
the future plans would include running tracks down to I think the Dallas Fort Worth area.
Wow, that's pretty amazing. That would be, yeah. There, our country has toyed with the idea of, thought about the, having high speed rail systems in our, more urban areas, and I think, I think it would be a great idea, especially in the, the Dallas area. Dallas area is so congested; it's just crazy. So,
Yeah, Dallas has a Dallas Love and Dallas Fort Worth airports,
hmm hmm now there
and
are some some smaller. There are some trains that run. Um, uh, there are some trains that run to different areas inside Dallas, but nothing like a high speed rail.
right.
Yeah, that would be
Talking about
amazing.
high speed rail, a while back there was a fire engine that got hit by the that rail that goes from Miami to Orlando.
Really?
Yep.
My goodness, I didn't know that.
It damaged the locomotive of that train, but it
Hmm.
split the fire engine in half.
Wow, I did not hear about that.
Over $1 million damage.
Hmm. Hmm. Now, I didn't hear about that one. That's oh goodness. Yeah, that was somebody goofed up.
The fire engine was the fire engine was going around the gates that were already lowered.
Right.
So the
Right.
engineer was at fault. The engineer,
Yeah.
the firefighter engineer, not
Yeah.
the train
Yeah.
engineer.
Yeah.
And they were
You're talking
saying
about a
that,
fire truck?
yeah, it's a
Fire
fire
truck?
engine.
Fire
Fire
truck.
engine.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Hmm. Well, now I could see that. I could see that happening
Yeah, it was
because
Brightline is what the train's called.
Brightline. Yeah. Yeah. Hmm.
It was at
Yeah.
Daytona Beach.
Man. Yeah. That's, well, I mean, if they were on their way to a fire, that's, um, yeah, I can see the fire engine or the
The
fire truck
fire,
driver
in the
being
case
in a
of,
hurry,
even
to
if
try to,
in the case they're in an emergency to save a life, even
yeah.
if that gate comes down, they are supposed to yield the right of way to the train,
Oh,
just like
sure.
we are.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Well, they'd have to because,
Even if it costs the life of the person that
yeah.
needs life.
Well, yeah. That's because the train can't stop.
Right.
There's
They
no way
have
to
air
stop the train.
brakes.
Yeah. There's no way
And
to stop a train for a fire engine.
and besides that, you have all that weight pushing the locomotive too.
Hmm. Yeah. Can't do it. So,
Right.
so that would be the one case where the fire truck would have to wait on a vehicle. So
Yeah.
otherwise, the fire truck has the right of way.
Yeah. Like here
Wow.
in
No, I
Speed,
hadn't see that, Keith.
what?
I didn't see that. I didn't see that piece. How long ago did that happen?
It was just about a couple of weeks ago, I think.
Really? Just missed that one, I guess. Now, Keith,
And
does that run? Does the flux capacitor? Does that run on? Uh, well, I know what or what Doc Brown's ran on, but what does that run on? Is it battery powered? I guess.
it's off of like a power adapter,
Mm-hmm.
off of a power adapter,
It's really cool.
like I
Yeah,
showed you before.
it is
You
really cool.
it's a USB A.
Mm-hmm. It is really cool.
Yeah. And I'm going to make an exemption on the politics. Uh, it about according to the latest court ruling I understand is with TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
If they don't sell their TikTok, they'll get banned in the United States as of the 20th at midnight.
Now I've seen that too. That's yeah, we'll see what happens with that, Keith. I know. Now,
But
I'm not in TikTok, but I know a lot of people use it.
but once Trump gets in, he'll probably get the Republican houses to help him reverse it.
Well, he has. I know he's asked the Supreme Court to let him, once he gets into office, to let him work on that. And I know he doesn't want the Chinese to own it. So, but there's somebody now. Somebody in the chat may know, but there is a person in the United States who's interested in buying TikTok. So, and I can't think of his name. He's obviously a businessman, but somebody in the chat may give us an assist on that. So, it may be a situation where, this American businessman can buy it, and then it won't be, a Chinese product anymore. It won't be open to, Chinese spying and, collecting your information and all that. So, yeah, that'll be interesting to see, Keith, what happens with that, because so many people do use TikTok. Are you on TikTok, Keith?
Yeah, I got TikTok.
All right. Oh yeah. See, I don't. I never did. I never did do TikTok. Yeah.
I think Josh got TikTok, and
I'm sure. Mm-hmm.
and I think Walt does.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. I have friends. A lot of our friends do it. I just never have. I've always been concerned about the privacy issues, because they brought those up years ago when TikTok, when TikTok first started. As being a risk.
That's not the only thing they're concerned about. The Biden administration. They were also concerned about propaganda coming from China to try to influence people to vote a certain way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's like a Chinese spy application, and they are, they do put up apparently a lot of propaganda. Kids are on TikTok, and that's something, Keith, that that's been a concern from the beginning when TikTok first began to get popular in our country. I remember initially there were some people here in the United States who were very concerned about the fact that it was Chinese, that it was a Chinese app. So be interesting to see what happens with that.
Yeah,
it's coming up.
Yeah, the Chiefs got a bye this week. They play the lowest seed. They play the lowest seed from the wild card.
Yes, yeah.
And I think tomorrow. Let me look up the NFL.
Yeah, thanks, Noah. I knew there was somebody who was interested in buying TikTok, and if they have a buyer, that could solve the problem. So,
okay,
but I agree.
The Chargers lost to the Texans.
Okay, see,
so the Chargers are out. The Chargers are out, but
I had not checked it.
But the Steelers and the Ravens are in the second quarter. Ravens leading 7-0.
Okay.
And
yeah, I'll probably
tomorrow it's the Broncos versus at the Bills in Buffalo. And then also tomorrow the Green Bay Packers at the Philadelphia Eagles, and then the Washington Commanders at the Buccaneers.
Yeah, can be
and
some
then Monday is the Vikings at the Rams.
Some good games.
Yeah.
coming up tomorrow for sure. See how that all works out. I don't watch as much football as I used to. I used to watch a lot of football, and I just kind of quit doing it.
Yeah, this is just a wild card weekend.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, no, you have it. Yeah, I don't even have the app. I never have, and I have a lot of social media to keep up with anyway. So I just never have got on TikTok.
Yeah, that last game of the season of the Chiefs that they played against the Broncos. The Broncos closed out the Chiefs 38-0. The
Wow,
Chiefs didn't
wow,
play any of their stars.
really?
They
Huh?
they played the lower end, the younger guys,
Mm-hmm.
kind of
Mm-hmm.
like the newbies.
Right, right. Huh.
That's
Well,
because the Chiefs was saving the stars for playoffs.
mm,
It's a
well, you got to get to
strategy.
the playoffs.
They're in
That's
the
the thing. You got
playoffs.
to get
They
to the
clinched the
playoffs.
number one seed.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, wow. Really, Noah? Okay. Wow. Huh. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. People, about holding your your star players out of a game. You actually have to get to the playoffs in order to play in the playoffs. So,
Yeah, with
um,
the Chiefs,
yeah.
we got Taylor Swift.
Mm. Oh well. Yeah. Yeah. College football. Our Texas Longhorns lost yesterday to Ohio State. So I hated
Oh,
that. I think we
there's a good movie I saw on Peacock that was made by Hallmark.
really.
It's called Holiday Touchdown: A Chiefs Love Romance, love
Huh.
story, a Chiefs love
Interesting.
story.
Interesting. Yeah. Yeah. Bills is right, Noah. So Noah says he watches college a lot. I watch more college than I do professional ball
Yeah,
anymore. But I grew up sitting in my dad's lap watching professional football, and so I watched a lot of it. And just in recent years, I don't watch
there
as
was
much.
one
But
time a while back. Some years back, I was watching the Royals game, and they showed some people on there. Eric Stone Street from Modern Family, Barry
mhm.
Williams of the Brady Bunch, Selena
Mhm.
Gomez.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They generally have, at any given football game, and even, well, Matthew McConaughey rarely misses a Longhorns game because he's a Texas alum. But yeah, a lot of at any given football game, any major or professional sporting event, you can sometimes see uh, familiar faces in the audience. So
Yeah.
yeah, they enjoy it too. They enjoy it too. So Noah says he watches a lot of college football. Yeah, so that's coming to got a national championship game coming up for that, Noah. So do you have a preference? Y'all have preference for the national championship game?
The Super
Can it be a
I want the Chiefs to make it to the Super Bowl and become the first NFL team to win 3 Super Bowls in a row.
well, that would be amazing. That would be amazing. Yeah,
Because they're
that'd be a
already two times champions.
yeah, that three-peat's tough to do. That I think the Niners have won 2 in a row. Who else won 2 in a row? The Cowboys have won 2 in a row. The 49ers have won 2 in a row. Um,
I
who
think
else
the
won 2 in a row?
49ers are out this year.
Oh
This
yeah, they
play.
are. I think so. I think so. Who else? What other teams have won 2 in a row? Probably the Patriots has probably won 2 in a row. just over the years. But yeah, that three-peat is tough.
Notre
three
Dame
peat's hard
is
to do.
Notre Dame is college.
um,
So is Army, Navy, Air Force, and Marines.
mhm, mhm. Yeah, no, I honestly, honestly, I don't like Notre Dame or Ohio State. So yeah, I don't have a dog in the natty fight. But so so I don't know. So you're going for Notre Dame. So we say your goal for Notre Dame. So you're probably so your teams are kind of out of it too, I guess. Texas. I was really hoping that Texas would beat Ohio State last night, but it was not to be. Although Texas, I think, put up more of a fight than they anticipated. Um, so it will be Notre Dame and Ohio State in the national championship. So that's gonna be cool.
Got to have my Mickey Mouse gloves.
Those are really cool. Those are really.
Yeah.
I remember
Well,
them selling those at the parks.
the middle finger part, you have to put both your middle finger and your ring finger in it.
Right. Because Mickey has 4 fingers.
Well, 3 fingers and a thumb.
Hmm. Yeah. I don't know why, but that's all they gave him. So. You're equal opportunity. Don't like any of it. Well, I sat in my dad's lap and watched. My dad's favorite sports were baseball and football, and so I just sat in his lap when I was a little girl, and that's how my love of especially football started. And yeah, and then of course my boys played.
I forgot to say that this past last weekend, we in Topeka got 14 inches of snow.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And then just the other night, we got another 2.5 inches.
Oh my goodness! So do you still have that much on the ground?
We
Keith?
still got quite a bit of snow, but it's
Yeah.
during the day. It even if it don't get above 32, any sunlight, we still melt it.
Right.
It don't have to be above freezing for it to melt.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, we don't. We had just a little bit. We had just a little covering of sleet and snow, but it didn't stay very long. It just stayed for about a day. And then it all melted. So, and it was a little warmer today. Let's see if I can look and see what.
Yeah,
what the
with the
temperature is
sunlight
right now.
with the sunlight and possibly winds from the south will help melt
Yes.
it faster.
Yes. Yeah. It's sure showing 40 degrees right now. So,
Right.
yeah. Oh, gracious. That is a lot. Disney and Boiler. That's oh, goodness. Yeah, we don't get that much down here in Texas. We get, we have had some, heavy snows over the years and ice. A lot of times, if we get any kind of winter weather, it's ice, unfortunately.
I'm going to show the flux capacitor.
That flux capacitor is just cool.
Oops. See.
Goodness
I guess I
gracious.
have to take you out first to get me. Are you? Can you hear me, Don? Yeah.
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 Gosh, y'all.
Not only did I take you out, I muted you.
Oh, you did? Oh, okay.
On
I
accident.
could still hear you.
Oh, okay.
I could still hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so golly, all that snow, man. That is a lot of snow.
And here's the DeLorean that I got to build.
How long did it take you to put that together, Keith?
It didn't take
Operating?
long. I think maybe about 2 or 3 hours.
Mm-hmm. 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 Not too bad. Yeah, it's really neat.
It's an off-brand bricks, but they are compatible to Legos.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's neat. I've heard that brand before, Bricks. I've heard that brand before. Now, Keith, you said y'all have a lot of snow. Are your roads passable? Do they just have the snow plows
I
in your
think
area?
I think they just plowed the other day
Mm-hmm.
because but when I have to walk to the store, I have to walk in the street.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you always be careful doing
Yeah.
that for sure. Yeah. So the roads are pretty much passable. They keep them pretty much clear.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, places where they have that much snow, they're prepared with those snow plows and salt. And in our area, a lot of times, when we know have forecasted snow, they will salt, which is hard on the roads, but they'll put salt and sand even. A lot of times they'll put sand out to
I want to try
give you
something
traction.
out.
Yeah.
Alexa, lights out. Green.
Oh,
Blue.
fun. There you go. Neat. Colors.
Red.
Oh, that's neat, Keith. Mine's just one color.
And then a few colors. Now I'll go back to white. Oops.
That's neat.
Have to point it to the electric eye.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Disney out boiler at one plow. Oh, people on 4-wheelers plowing. Yeah, that's a good. That's fun too. That's the fun kind of snow shoveling. When you're on a 4-wheeler, that's a lot more fun than with the old shovel, manual shovel. That's neat. I'm sure the people on the 4-wheelers are pretty efficient at keeping that snow off the road. That's really neat. The neighborhoods. Yeah.
Yes, some celebrities lost their home in the fires in California.
Pardon?
Some celebrities lost their homes in
Yes,
the
they
fire.
did. It's been. I just we were last in California in 2020, and yeah, I love California. It's an amazingly beautiful state, and we were able to to go to the different beaches. Our friends actually lived in Redondo Beach, so we made our way up around the coast there. It's just unbelievable to me that all of those neighborhoods, Palisades, and all of those neighborhoods are just gone. It's just hard to believe. It really is, and our prayers go out to to everybody who has lost a home. A lot of celebrities.
Dennis Quaid lost his home, and so did Mel Gibson. Not Mel Gibson.
Mel Gibson. I mean, I'm glad everybody's safe, but Mel Gibson's lost his home. James Woods lost his. Mark Hamill. I think Mark Hamill lost his. Yeah, a lot of them, and a lot, we probably haven't even heard about because that area, yeah, exactly. The winds are so, strong. It's just, and then the reservoirs were empty. Um, I just can't believe it. I just can't believe it, Noah.
California and Florida had to do the same thing. Had to have state government go into the homeowners insurance business.
Well, yeah, I heard about, I heard about Mel Gibson, too. Yeah. So sad. Um, oh, yeah. I just can't believe it. I'm just stunned. As I watch TV and see the reports, it's just unimaginable to me, that all of those beautiful homes and just driving through, along the California coastline are just in rubble. Just ash. It's just, I hate it really bad.
Isn't that
Yeah.
Route 101 that runs along the Pacific coast? The route, U.S. Highway 101.
I don't know. Of course, there's the 405 there in LA.
405 is a interstate highway.
Mhm. And then 66, Route 66 ends at the Santa Monica Pier, which is something that we went to the Santa Monica Pier. I would love to drive Route 66 at some point, but Nick P, hey, welcome in. Flying to
Hey, Nick
Orlando.
P.
Well, my goodness, what a great trip. Wow. That's great. PCH 101. Yeah, gotcha. Pacific Coast Highway 101. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just a beautiful drive. Really is. Nick, Godspeed on your trip. That's a fantastic trip.
Have a great trip, Nick. I know in Hawaii, on the Big Island in Hawaii, they have IH1, IH2, and IH3.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Ah.
You kind of think, what's an interstate highway doing on an island?
Mm-hmm. They've got them. They've got them. We drove them when we were out there, and the ones there are interstates on Maui as well.
Yeah.
Interstates on Maui, and then we were on Oahu. There are interstates on Oahu.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's odd, right, Keith, to have an interstate on Hawaii.
Yeah.
It's Nick says he's driven Route 66 from Amarillo to Flagstaff. Very pretty. Oh, cool. Oh, see, I think that would be fun. I think it'd be fun to start, all the way at the, at one side and just drive all the way to end up at the Santa Monica Pier.
I know U.S. Highway 1 runs along the East Coast. It goes along the East Coast of Florida, all the way down to, I think, probably Key West.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And then I-75 going south in Florida ends at I-95.
Yeah. Oh, is that true? Disney at Bullrup 66 is fun, but it's hard to do all the way from Illinois to Santa Monica. A lot of it's blocked off. I didn't realize they had. That's interesting. Yeah. That's a shame. Nick, are you from Minnesota? Have a lot of snow up there? That's the land of a lot of snow.
Hey, Nick, have you been by the Mary Tyler Moore's house in Minneapolis?
That would be fun. That would be fun to do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's good, Nick. That makes it. Yeah, that snow is tough. I know up north, a lot of the states are, are really much more prepared for it, but it's still cold.
Yeah, the state of 10,000 lakes.
Hmm. Yeah, a lot of them. Beautiful, beautiful state.
But they have bigger mosquitoes than Kansas does.
So Nick says he's been at both endpoints of 66, Route 66. That's neat. That's neat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a theme park being built in Oklahoma. It's by guys that used to work for Disney Imagineering.
Hmm. I've read about that one too, Keith. It's is that the one that they're doing now? There's one that they're doing that's supposed to be like an Americana theme park. Is that the one that's going in? And then Universal is also doing
Let me
one
ask
somewhere
Google.
north of us.
American Heartland Theme Park and Resort.
Mm-hmm.
The
And where's it
location
going to be,
is
Keith?
it's called American Heartland Theme Park and Resort. The park is being built near Veneta, Oklahoma, off Route
Yeah.
66 and Interstate 44.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. Veneta, Oklahoma. Yeah, I found that too. Americana theme park. That's that's cool. Heartland theme park. Nice.
Yeah.
That's going to be fun. I think and Keith, I think that's where a lot of the Imagineers who left Disney, around the time of the blip and after, went. They were hired by Universal. So, American Heartland theme park.
Yeah, I think it's a Disney Imagineers that's doing it. The former Disney Imagineers.
Yes. Yep.
I think it's their baby that they're putting together.
Yeah. The kids resort that I mentioned that's going in Frisco, Texas. It's called Universal Kids Resort.
Yeah.
And it's going to be it's going to have like kid size roller coasters and things like that. And it's going to have a hotel. They're even going to do a hotel. So that's going to be in Frisco. So we're pretty cool.
Sometime a while back, Six Flags bought out Worlds of Fun and Ocean of Fun in Kansas City, Missouri.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. A lot of Six Flags. We have Six Flags over Texas in Arlington, and
I've been there when I was a kid. I got out of line because I wanted to ride the train, and I got in trouble for
you did
going on my own as a little kid.
Really? At Six Flags over Texas, kid?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
So before I went to Orlando in 2022, I vowed not to have another Six Flag over Texas incident.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And well, if you like roller coasters, Six Flags over Texas is fantastic for roller coasters. It really is. So it's great. It's really great. So highly recommend Six Flags over Texas if you're a roller coaster person. They have some good ones.
Yeah, it depends on what area of the country you're going to. Some areas do real good with theme parks, and some areas don't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. it kind of, I think a lot of it depends on the parent company and, what they put into it. But I'm really excited about Universal's new, of course, Epic Universe. My goodness, Epic Universe opens May 22nd in Orlando. And so that's going to be amazing. And then they have one slated, for Frisco, and then there's another one. There's another one too going in.
45 seconds.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
what are you going to do on your show Tuesday?
On Tuesday, we're going to talk about updates for a lot of the parks. We're going to talk about, what's going to happen in the next 6 months in the parks. Disney has a lot going on. Epic Universe opens in May for Universal, and Disney, obviously has a lot planned. They're going to demolish Rivers of America and put in the Cars ride. They're going to do some construction in Dino Land, take out Dino Land and put in some other things there in Animal Kingdom. And then they also have, some construction slated for Hollywood Studios. So a lot going on with that. And then, I think this was a race weekend. And so crowds were a little bit heavier this weekend, but we're going to just kind of cover all that and talk about what's coming up in the parks. It'll kind of be a Happy New Year live stream.
A week from tomorrow on the 19th, I'm going to have Tina McNeil as a guest.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Love Tina. She's very sweet.
Yeah. And
yeah, I'm looking forward to Epic too.
Yeah.
Disney and Polar.
People are kind of disappointed that Disney's doing away with that River of America.
I'm very disappointed. I think that's a horrible idea. A lot of people. It's just, it's an oasis, Keith. The Rivers of America. It's just beautiful there.
Some people said that instead of doing away with those certain rides, why don't they just build a fifth gate?
Well, that's
they got a lot of land.
Yeah, they do. They do. They have 43. I think. Let's see. I'm trying to think. 43 square miles, and it may be even more than that. I'm trying to think. That's why Walt bought so much land there, Keith, is so they would have room to, instead of covering up things or retheming, to build more. So
right.
Yeah.
Bring Walt's dreams back.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not for that at all.
But what I heard is that some of the IPs is not Disney, and they're doing away with the IPs that's not Disney and replacing them with 100% Disney IPs.
Well, that seems to be what they're doing, Keith.
And even with the songs over the loudspeaker will be 100% Disney IPs, whether it's done through Disney Studios or it's with Disney's own Hollywood Records.
Well, that wouldn't surprise me. And now I don't know what they'll do at Christmas time. If that's the case, because they play a lot of. Almost every song that they play at Christmas time is not Disney IP. So I don't know. A lot of the Christmas songs are no longer protected under copyrights. Right.
So Disney can actually play those.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What's your closing saying?
At the Hitchhiking Bones YouTube channel, there is always room for one more. So please hurry back.
Have a magical evening and a great, big, beautiful tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye, Keith. Thanks. Bye, everybody.